Hi, and thanks for tuning in to the World Journal Online. I'm Conor Orr. On Tuesday, March 17th, I went around Walsenburg and talked to local restaurant owners in order to see how they're being affected by the new policy which Governor Paulus enacted on Monday in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, which orders all dine-in bars and restaurants statewide to close their dine-in services. Takeout and delivery are still allowed, but businesses are suffering, especially in small towns like ours, which rely so heavily on the tourism industry. I started my day talking to Joe Silling, the new owner of George's.
Come back here, brother.
Oh, certainly, thank you. You must be Joe.
I am.
Very nice to meet you. I guess we're not shaking
Oh,
hands
yeah,
these days, huh?
yeah. Well, I'm not used to that yet. Have a seat.
Me either. Thanks for talking to me.
Hey, no problem.
I know you spoke with Mark Craddock this morning.
I did.
I'm just hoping we're doing a sort of a kind of a multimedia piece. We're trying to put together some videos that people can log on and just hear what the people in our community are thinking about how it's going. You know, restaurateurs and business owners particularly.
Well, I don't have a whole lot to say really at this point. I mean, being day one of this whole thing, so far today has not been the greatest. I expected it to be better than what it has been, but that is what it is. I mean, a lot of people are scared. I understand that. As far as what I plan to do for the future, I'm not 100% sure yet, but with the way things are looking right now, I'm thinking like most businesses are just going to close for 30 days. There's no reason for us not to as well.
Yeah.
It's sad that this is what it's come to right now, but what are you going to do? It's not our fault.
Surely.
And I know, like I said, I know people are scared, and you know they're telling you to stay away from everybody, including restaurants, and we're obviously a restaurant.
It's tough luck.
It's tough luck, but you know, I mean, it's gonna have a trickle up effect to the people I get my stuff from, to their people, to their people, to their people.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna start here and it's gonna affect them later. You know, whereas they have shortages and it affects us later. You know, this is going to be a reverse effect for them, I think, in the long run, which probably will suck for a lot of those kinds of companies. But I'm trying to stay positive as much as I can. I don't know exactly what I'm planning on doing 100% yet.
Take it day by day.
At the moment, yes. The way today has gone, I'm seriously leaning towards the closing for 30 days.
Right on.
Just precautionary. More than anything else, just precautionary. You know, my people don't have to be around people that don't know when to stay home and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with this thing right now. I won't know anything until I do some numbers. I've already kind of talked to my own employees about what their kind of options are. Obviously, we are not going to close permanently.
Of course.
But I mean, if we have to take a 30-day break, then we'll take a 30-day break.
What kind of options are there for your employees?
They are offering unemployment in different ways that they can do that. If I do close for 30 days, they will have the option for like job attached unemployment, which means they don't have to go search for jobs because they have a job.
And
Their job is just not currently
share
open.
or something like that?
And then there's the
What's
job
happening?
share thing. I don't know if that's exactly what they're calling it, but if you're work share, there you go.
Okay.
If their hours get cut in half, unemployment will make up the other half.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, that is
That's
very
even
nice of
smarter
them.
than
That's
unemployment.
very nice, yes. But once again, you know, I mean, that's great and all.
Because that way they get a
But
full
if
paycheck.
I can't continue to operate every day, that really does them no good. And if I have to cut my hours, that pretty much does them no good.
I'm a rebel. I'm gonna go out there. You know, we have carry out.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say the same thing. You know, I mean, George is an institution. We got to, you know.
No, and it
blast you
is,
guys as much as
and don't get me wrong. I mean, that's something that weighs heavily on my mind every day. But even before this, so
It's an icon, he calls it.
It is.
And it is. an
I
icon.
would rather be safe than sorry.
I would like to support
More than
her.
anything else, you know, I definitely don't want to see any of my employees get sick over this because people don't know how to stay home and stay off of planes when they're sick.
Yeah.
It's a tough decision. It's a tough one. It's a tough call to make, you know. And like, we just barely took over at the beginning of the year, so this is like our real first trial of what do you really do.
It's a hell of a trial.
It's one hell of a trial. It's something that really makes you stop and be like, oh well, what do we do now? Do we try to continue? Do we not try to continue? Do we take a little break? What do we do? But yeah, you know, I mean, I don't want to scare anybody, and I don't want anybody to ever think George is going away. If we close for 30 days, we are going to reopen. even if we have to continue doing this, that's pretty much the maximum amount I'd be willing to be closed.
Okay.
Before I'm just like, all right, I can't close forever. Nobody can.
Yeah.
You know, anybody who's trying to be a business owner right now, they can't close forever, especially in the restaurant industry. You know, regardless of what everybody else says. You know, and like I said, if it comes down to me having to send my people out to the cars, that's what I might end up doing.
Well, let us know if there's anything that we can do or say, you know, to help. We desperately want to, you know.
You could buy $1,000 worth of food every single day.
Okay. Well, you know, we had George's this weekend, and we're like, I think we might be time for more George's. So.
Right, yeah. Well, anyway, that's where I'm at.
That makes sense.
Right on, brother.
Thank you very much.
Hey, anytime. And I bet your food's ready.
Awesome.
Tell your dad I said hi.
I will. All kinds of things.
I have all kinds of things.
Great. Next, I stopped in to see Phyllis Cordova and asked what she thought about the situation with regard to her restaurant, the Alpine Rose. Is it okay if I record? We're putting together a piece. It's going to be a sort of audio component, and that's the big concern. We're going from business to business, and we're just wanting to kind of know how it's affecting the business owners around here.
Yeah, since last week it started to really die.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the month we get our spring breakers, and we're dead. We're bad.
Is there a concern about closing down for a period of time?
We're going to play it by ear and see what happens.
Okay.
You know, we had a few today to go, but really we depend on tourists.
Mm-hmm.
And that many tourists don't want gold orders, but they're not going to find anything else right now anyway.
Absolutely.
Because even Carl Jr.'s went through drive-up only.
Mm-hmm.
But I told Frank, I said, we'll just play it by ear and see what we do. But I think it's going to be rough.
I think so too.
I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Well, we're trying to send a message that now's the time to really band together as a community and, you know, support the local businesses, you know,
Yeah.
the institutions of our town. And so as long as you guys are open, you know, we'll come in here and get some burgers.
You know, because once these small places close, some of them ain't I'm one of the, and Corrine's, we own them.
Mm-hmm.
The rest are just getting them and buying them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they could survive.
So you do expect that if you do have to close for some period of time, you'll be able to open up again once the scare's over?
Can't say.
Okay.
By the time you get behind on your bills and have to buy another stock, and this is my sole income right now because my husband got sick. He has cancer, and I'm raising 3 or 4 grandkids.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So it's hard, and I don't know. I don't know if I could do it again.
Okay. Well, is there anything that you would like to tell the community? Obviously, come to Alpine Rose.
No, I think I got a good bunch of locals. I really do. But some of them don't even patronize the locals. None of us locals, you know. And I don't want to be recorded on this. Turn that off. But I think it's going to hurt a lot of us that maybe some people won't get back open. I do.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that it's best to try to keep our hopes up and our expectations low.
No, that's what my kids keep telling me. Mom, don't give up. You're always panicking. This is my living.
Yeah.
You know, which this morning, like they said on TV, they're going to put an extension on if you have a house payment. Thank God.
That's
this
good.
is paid. My house is paid.
That's good.
And your utilities, I don't know what that's going to include. There was 4 things on there this morning. Did you see it?
No, not yet.
I don't know what the other one was. And, but you know, you still got your insurances, your car payments, and I got 2 of those for my grandkids. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And it's been dead. It really has.
Well, we'll try to increase the buzz, you know, on the normal days anyway, and certainly in this trying time.
Saturday and Sunday had to be 2 of my worst days in here.
Yeah, in history.
Yeah, there was just no traffic. There was the church group and a few, you know, churchgoers, and then they closed the masses, so that hurt us. But 30 days is a long time.
Sure is.
When you're in business.
Sure is.
It's a long time.
Well, I sure will keep you in my prayers.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Good luck.
Who is it?
See you, Conor.
See you, Tom. I also stopped by Cocos Kitchen to visit with Evelyn Gonzalez Rio Rubinich. And unfortunately, I made the rookie mistake of forgetting to press record on the recorder. So I missed the entire first half of our conversation. Yeah. Would you just repeat everything that you just said?
What I said.
Something about the community being awesome and coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm really blessed to, be in a community that, is just, solidarity and, we're all coming together and we're not like, at each other and we're, banding together. So, I mean, shoot, I had a customer today who actually gave me a donation towards the, feeding the community.
That's wonderful.
Which I thought was really super cool. So
Yeah.
like I said, it's just like, as long as we just like, stay focused and be positive and again, I will continue to try and feed the community as long as I have, then everybody else has.
That's wonderful. And to that end, she's actually been making sack lunches to help out with, the needy in this time where jobs are disappearing and kids are home from school. And so she's made a few sack lunches. Supplies are limited. But if you are suffering in this moment right now from lack of food or lack of easy access to food, maybe go ahead and stop on down to Cocos Kitchen. And for everyone who is like myself and is still feeling very secure about access to food and resources, I just would encourage you to consider, as I am considering, really, really investing some spare money into the local restaurants, because now's a really critical time. And takeaway is not that bad. Actually, the weather's getting beautiful lately, so picnics in the park with a burger from any of the 3 fine establishments that I mentioned today, or something else from anywhere else in the town, would really, really be a nice afternoon, if you ask me.
But above all, please be careful. Socially isolate yourself as much as possible and wash your hands very, very thoroughly. This is a difficult time for everyone, and finding the correct balance of being engaged with your community and protecting yourself and your loved ones is incredibly difficult. But, in these early days, and as the weeks go on, it'll be incredibly important to be diligent about finding that balance and do whatever you can to support your community while staying safe yourself. Take care.